Sometimes fear doesn't sound afraid, it sounds wise. In Numbers chapter 13, Moses sends 12 leaders into the land God has already promised. They are not untested men. They are respected voices and spiritual leaders whom the community trusts, and they all walk the same ground, see the same cities, and carry back the same evidence. The land is good, the people are strong, and the challenge is real. What divides them is not what they see, but how they interpret it. 10 of the spies return and say, "We seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes." This response really matters because before the giants ever speak, the spies decide who they are. Comfort has already begun to translate reality for them. Instead of remembering who God has been and what he has promised them, they measure the moment by what feels safe, manageable, and controllable. The report that they give is not dishonest, it's just fearful. And fear has a way of shrinking courage while wearing the clothes of wisdom. It can sound careful, it can sound responsible, and it even sounds spiritual. But underneath it is a quiet decision that obedience would be too costly. Caleb and Joshua see the same land and they say, "Let's go get it." Not because they're reckless or ignore the danger, but because they refuse to let comfort define what obedience should look like. They understand something the others have forgotten. Faith does not remove risk, but it does require movement. This is where comfort becomes dangerous. It does not deny God's promise outright. It simply exaggerates the cost of stepping forward until staying put feels like the wise and faithful option. Over time, courage shrinks, not because God has changed, but because comfort has trained us to value security over obedience. As this year begins, that tension is worth sitting with. Most people do not disobey God because they do not believe him. They disobey because belief begins to feel unsafe, and surely God wouldn't ask for that. So the question to sit with today is not whether you believe God can work. It is whether comfort has quietly talked you out of courage. Where might God be inviting you to move and you're hesitating? Not because he's been unclear, but because staying where you are feels safer. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me before the noise today. As you step into the rest of this day, pay attention to where comfort might be shaping your decisions more than faith. Ask God for clarity, not pressure, and for courage, not certainty. Sometimes the smallest step away from comfort is where real growth begins.